Hi, Gemini. This will be a weekly reading, just kind of a check-in. I've already done the monthlies, but maybe this will be some sort of different message. So we shall see. So let's get started, and we will do Gemini. Today is the well, this will be for like around the 12th through the 18th. Okay, just general reading for Gemini, please. Okay, Geminis, please. Can you give me information on Geminis, please, who'll be watching this video for their highest good? Information for Geminis, please. Where they're at right now. Geminis, please. Gemini. Okay. Okay. More, please. Gemini. Okay. 2 more cards for Gemini, please. Gemini's watching this video, please. 2 cards. Yeah, I'm still on that one. Okay. All right, good. And 1 more, please. 1 more card for Gemini, please. Oh, yikes. Okay. Oh, all right. Got the star card at the bottom of the deck. That's nice. Okay. Let's see. All right. So we got some major arcana popping up here, and we've got some people in the works. And, Gemini, this is really interesting because you have, Gemini, I always think of, the 2 personality thing, and it really is kind of true, and it's kind of interesting, actually. I think that's what makes you guys so interesting, because, you are this combination of polarity, all mixed into one, and we're going to start off, interestingly enough, with, 2 different personalities, completely different personalities facing in the other direction, okay? So we'll get to this. We have the World card here also, and we have the Devil card, which is, sometimes a Capricorn, or just, sometimes, not so savory behavior, that kind of thing. But, we'll get there, and let's see who's coming towards you. What kind of outside influences are going on here, please, with Gemini. Let's see. Outside influences, please, for Gemini. Outside influences. Basically what I do is I put all the cards down, and then I'll go through and sum everything up. So I'm sorry, it does take a little bit of time, but we'll get there. So we'll go into this a little deeper. Okay, outside influences, please, for Gemini, please. Outside influences for Gemini. Okay, that's good. Okay, I like that. 3 more cards, please. Outside influences for Gemini. Okay. And 2 more. And 1 more card, please, for Gemini. Outside influences for Gemini, please. Okay. 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 Oh, boy, you guys are hard to read for. Everybody has like a hard sign to read for, and Gemini is always mine. Okay, but I'm gonna go with it here. Basically, right now I see there's a couple things. Either you Geminis have 2 people going on in your life to choose from. We have a fire sign and we have a water sign. Okay. And possibly, and there's a Capricorn possibly involved as well. So an earth sign, perhaps. But I don't think that's what this is. In fact, I'm going to clear that up right now, but I do want to remember. Okay, I got that. 10 of Swords. Okay. Let me clear up the Devil card right away. Devil card, please. Why is the Devil card here, please, for Gemini? Why is the Devil card here for Gemini, please? Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought. I don't think that's a Capricorn. So, but it's not anything like, evil or, anything like that. So we'll get to that. All right. So basically what I see is, okay, so there's a commitment here with a fire sign. Okay, the fire sign is committed, and that's sort of, this is about kind of celebrating each other, and sometimes it can be about weddings and proposals and things like that. And this is your other person's row down here. So the other person is kind of celebrating you and enjoying this union and that sort of thing. And that's probably this fire sign here. Okay. Then we also have this water sign that has come in and sort of, offered their cup of love, if you will. However, this is like they're in limbo. Okay. So they may be deciding to do this and haven't moved forward yet. That could be very possible. And they're trying to make the decision. If that's the case, I think they will make that decision to move forward, or possibly. This could be someone around work, because we have the work-related card. Both these actually could be. Yeah, they're definitely, though, there's some sort of, they kind of don't know what to do, and it doesn't mean they don't like you or they don't, it's just they're not sure. They're unsure of how to proceed. Okay, I will say it that way. Now back to you again, we have the world card. So the world card can mean many things. A lot of times, it can be moving. You could be in the process of moving. It could just be moving forward. It could be, having great things, kind of, feeling on top of the world, that type of energy. Now, interestingly enough, this is over, this is like work related stuff, so it's very possible this is in relation to work. You have the 3 of coins here. So these are 3 people, sometimes involved in business. Sometimes it's an artistic endeavor. Sometimes it just means more clients, that type of thing. This, however, is in their position, okay? And that doesn't mean you don't have those things. It's just that this is, and this could be coming towards you, because this is outward energies that will be coming towards you. So you could be getting more clients and that type of thing. Or this, these people that you were, involved with, could be, that type of energy. But it could relate around work and movement. Absolutely. I'll try to get more on that a little later. Now, okay, here's where we get a little interesting, because somehow in this mix, somebody's going to get hurt. And I would guess it would be the fire sign, because of the wands. And, this is somebody who's really, been through a lot and is just like, oh my gosh, and it's, just really heavy. Now, at the time when I pulled this card, I wanted to remember, because I had the 10 of Swords at the bottom of the deck when I pulled this card. So that means they are almost done. It's almost complete, but they're still kind of hanging in there. All right. And, by a thread, mind you, but they're hanging in there. This, however, I see, this sort of really sharp words and battles and holding things over one another, kind of energy. I think this is around love, but it could be somebody at work. Let me take a look here. Yeah, why is the Devil card here, please, and the 5 of Swords in relation to for Gemini? Okay. Yeah, I can't really tell. I'm not going to read on this if this is at work or is it because of these 2 energies here. It's possible it's love. I can't really tell. So you'll know which one it is, if it's work or love. But whatever it is, it just means, more on your end. There's a lot of sort of being very, very, very defensive over your position, like extremely so. So much so that you're kind of like taking everything away from the other person in that sense. It's almost, and I don't mean to be critical, but this is somebody who's kind of smug, somebody who has who holds all the cards basically, and knows it and is willing to remind you that they do, that kind of energy. And I think that's why the Devil card popped up, because that can be sort of, negative type vibe energy going on. And I'm not accusing anyone out there. It's, it's just, and it could be the other person doing this to you. It's quite possible. However, it's in your position. But it's okay. I mean, I feel like you need to, because, you need to kind of stand your ground and be defensive and, and be on guard. I get it, but it might be, that it's a little too strong in that defense. And you are wounding this person with your, your cutting words and your, type energy there. Now, we also had the 9 of Swords at the bottom of that, so I can see why this is stressful and it's causing you a lot of anxiety and stress. So I get it. I see why that would happen. Now let's kind of move on to the outcome of how these two energies come together and play out, okay? And let's see how this kind of transpires. And, maybe we'll see some 10s in here, which would be kind of endings to this kind of, let's see what we get here. So for Geminis, please, what type of, between these two, kind of outcome can we expect, please, and for the next week or so for Geminis, please, with these inside and outside influences for Gemini? Outcome, please. Okay, 2 more cards, please. 2 more cards, please. For the outcome for Gemini. And 1 more card, please. Ultimate outcome, please, for Gemini with the situation, for these inner and outer situations, please, combined. Okay. Okay, Strength card at the bottom of the deck that sometimes is a Leo also. Okay, so your overall outcome is the Magician. So I do like that, but I'm going to be honest with you guys. This is, well, and remember too, this is a week reading. That's what I have in mind when I do these. So, this, a week goes by pretty quick. It's not that big a deal. I don't see anything heavy hitting or like horribly negative. None of that stuff. I mean, a little bit up in here, absolutely. But outcome-wise, honestly, I don't see too much getting resolved. I'm going to be honest. Basically, from all of this, here's what I see. With the Knight of Wands and with this 4 of Wands, I see somebody who's bored, okay, in both of you. This is both combined, okay? So the outcome between your energy and this other, whoever's coming towards you, their energy, I see sort of looking back on the good times. We have the 3 of Cups, sort of thing, and not really focusing on anything new coming in. There's this new love that wants to come in, kind of blossom, that sort of thing, but nobody's focusing on it. It's typically called like a boredom type card, okay? I don't think it's boredom so much. I never tend to look at this card as that. I look at it as really concentrating on what used to be and not looking at what's coming in, in a positive way. All right. That's the way I always see that card. The other, we have the Knight of Cups up here. So this possible, water sign, and this is supposed to be your energy up here. So, this is you having passion. This is you having emotion, passion versus emotion, that's what that is. If you're not involved with 2 different people, because we have a fire sign here and we have a water sign here. So if you're not involved with 2 different people, then what this is your energy is, you're split between this passion of looking, but backwards. I see it as like you're looking at something that was in the past as passionate, and you need to look forward to, more emotional satisfaction. Okay. If that makes sense. So, and I don't really see that motivation coming towards you, yet. All right. Now, if that's not it and you're involved with 2 different people, which is what this looks like to me, then, we have this kind of fire sign energy over here that's like kind of stuck in the past and, wants this commitment with you, that sort of thing. Then we have this Knight of Cups energy who's, really just kind of doesn't know how to proceed or what to do. And we have the 7 of Swords, which is kind of sneaky. kind of sneaking around, not really, being upfront about stuff, just kind of, sneakiness in general. Now with this movement card and work and things like that, or this could be people around you at work too. But, I don't see much there, just kind of, this is a pretty nondescript type of card. It's the Four of Coin. Just kind of means, maybe you're holding on a little too tight to things, material possessions, your security, that type of thing. Nothing major. We end up with the Magician. Okay, so I do like that. Sometimes this is a sign for Aries too. There's a few different signs it can be for, but basically it's for you. It's about manifesting what you need to happen, because what I see here is not much action. I see kind of throwing around some words and, kind of, this other person being hurt and, this other person looking back on the past of, oh, wow, things used to be great. And somebody sneaking around, holding on too tight. But, I don't see any like action. I don't see anything that's going to bring a good resolve for you. So this tells me you will. So I'm thinking towards the end of the week, I don't think much is going to happen this week, in other words. Okay. But then towards the end of that, I think you're going to start understanding, you're going to brighten up. Okay. And look forward to the future more. And you're going to start like setting it out, like lining it up. Like, okay, what do I need to do to make all these things happen? What needs to come in and, in order for me to get this rolling and, feel good about everything, what type of choices can I make? That sort of thing. I'm going to throw down a few of these angel cards here. Hang on, Gemini. Okay. What's going on with Gemini, please? One more, please. Oh, there we go. That's what I wanted. Okay. Okay, so, on top of the King of Wands, I got the word helpful people. Okay, so this could be, somebody, that's, a king is somebody who's older, usually, fairly mature, could be a boss, something like that. But they're helpful. This is a helpful person for you, okay? The Knight of Cups, okay, we have compromise, okay? And that's odd because this is kind of, this isn't really a compromise card, but I kind of feel that same kind of energy from this person too. It's like, they want to compromise, but they don't know how to proceed, sort of thing. It's not the balance card like Temperance, which would really solidify that, but it's close. That's kind of the same vibration I'm getting. So, with your emotions, so if you're not involved with two people, then, and this is just you, then, basically what it's saying is, you have these passions, that you want to express, but you're looking back on them and wanting to do this, but it's kind of a little bit too much looking back and not looking forward and being visionary. Okay, so perhaps somebody helpful, that is a fire sign, in your life that's maybe a little bit older, could be of some value and some help to guide you in that sense. Otherwise, it's same thing with the Knight of Cups. Saying, if there's somebody that you want to approach and you're interested in, and it might just be. Sometimes I don't feel that though. This feels heavier to me because of this card, compromise. I think you already know this person. So I think there needs to be some sort of compromise emotionally, okay, in order to turn this and get this moving into a positive direction, okay? And, kind of get out of this energy, I mean, it's cool, you should definitely, like I said before, stand your ground, but some of the other negative, cutting type stuff might not be as helpful. Okay. Your cards, your angel cards weren't really that strong. We have meditation brings answers, and I put that over this cup. cup over this card. And, you know, it is kind of a person seated in meditation, you know, and you know, that sort of thing. So, you know, let's go with that. You know, I think that's always good. This is always great advice because meditation does bring answers, and that is true. So if you can, you know, kind of master that skill or try it out if you haven't, you know, that's a really good thing to help you kind of come to good realizations. Now, with the sneaky card, we have recovery, okay? So whatever this sneaking around was, this sort of, you know, little bit underhanded type behavior, it looks like you'll be recovering from this. And I don't know if this was you, you know, I don't necessarily get that feeling. It could have been somebody else you were dealing with. You know, but we have, you know, there's a recovery from this energy. So that's good. Let me see if I can get one more on that, please. Seven of Swords, please. Okay, yeah. Oh, awesome. Okay. I see this recovering, whatever this type of, you know, behavior was, and it's going to bring a new type of stability. Okay, really, really good. I like that. That's a very positive sign. Okay, Gemini, it's a little odd reading. I know. I probably say that every time. I'm just going to be completely honest. I always have a hard time reading Gemini readings. So if I rewatch this after I upload it and I feel like it's a little too all over the place, you know, I'll probably, you know, throw you guys a bonus video or something like that in the middle of the week. So maybe we can clear some things up. Okay, so I'm going to leave it at that. And thank you, Gemini. And remember, too, I love this at the end. This is awesome. This is about you coming into power and starting to take action and getting things done that you know need to be done and doing it well. All right. So that's going to be coming in for you soon. All right. Right now, this week, I see it as a fairly uneventful week with not much action going either or. All right. But I think it's going to be ending up with you, you know, coming around and really starting to kind of kick some ass towards the end. All right. So your next reading will be very interesting to see as we go along through the month. All right, Gemini. Thanks again.